You clicked on this video for two reasons. Number one, you want a build that's gonna completely destroy PvE. And number two, you wanna be a team player. Today's build is gonna give your teammates unlimited grenade energy. That's right, your teammates are gonna be able to throw grenades like it's Destiny 2 PvP mayhem. But before we get into the build, if you're enjoying these videos, you wanna see more builds from me, do me a favor and click that subscribe button. Also on that note, if you're looking for more people to play Destiny 2 PvP with, you might want to consider joining my BRAVExHERO community Discord. Other than that, let's get started with the build. Every build in Destiny 2 needs a starting point. And today, we're going to be getting a little chilly. We're going to be using the Shadebinder subclass. For those of you who missed it, Stasis is now a force to reckon with in PvE, especially Grandmaster Nightfalls. So for today's build, we're going with Stasis. Now to cover the basics, you want to use Healing Rift. When it comes to endgame content and difficult content, you want to be able to survive as much as possible, so Healing Rift is the play. Moving over, we want to use Burst Glide along with Penumbral Blast. Now when it comes to choosing grenades, a lot of people are going to choose different options, but to make today's build efficient, you want to use the Dusk-filled grenade. Not only does this grenade have the fastest cooldown, but it has the largest area of effect. Like seriously guys, this grenade has the largest area of effect. You can just throw this grenade and entrap tons of enemies in what I like to call the Stasis Snow Globe. Now when it comes to choosing aspects, number one is going to be Glacial Harvest, and the reason for that is because we want Stasis Shards. This is really going to be the money maker of our entire build. And for those wondering, freezing targets create Stasis Shards around the frozen targets. Higher tier combatants create more shards. Yes guys, this also gives us 2 fragment slots. Next over, we want Bleak Watcher, aka
our little turret that freezes enemies.
That's right, this little guy right here is gonna get a lot of work done in Grandmasters. And for those wondering, Bleak Watcher, press and hold the grenade button to convert your grenade into a stasis turret that fires, slowing projectiles at nearby targets. And it unlocks 2 more fragments. As for fragments, we want Whisper of Shards. Shattering a stasis crystal temporarily boosts grenade recharge rate. Shattering additional stasis crystals increases the duration of this benefit. Next over, we have Whisper of Refraction, aka I want to charge my class ability. Defeating slow or frozen targets grants you class ability energy. And guys, trust me, we're going to be doing this a lot. Next over, we have Whisper of Bonds. This one's plain and simple, guys. Defeating frozen targets grants you super energy. Lastly, we have Whisper of Rhyme. When you pick up those little stasis shards, that's going to give you a small amount of overshield that lasts 10 seconds. Now before we jump into the mod department, let's talk about weapons and exotic armor pieces. For starters, we want to use the exotic Verity's Brow. This comes with the exotic perk, the 4th Magic. Weapon final blows with a damage type matching your subclass energy grant death throws, which provides a grenade damage bonus and grants you grenade energy. When you have death throws active and you throw a grenade, nearby allies gain increased grenade regeneration for a short time.
What did he say?
I know that's a lot to understand, but let me break it down for you simply. Weapon kills with a matching subclass element type grants death throws for 11 seconds, and this stacks up to 5 different times, and all stacks disappear when the buff expires. Now, death throws grants 50% additional base grenade regeneration rate. Keep in mind that all stacks only grant 50% additional base grenade regeneration rate, meaning you can have death throws times 3 and you'll still only get that 50% additional base regeneration rate. When I say keep that in mind, guys, that's going to play a huge role later on in the video. Lastly, when death throws is active, you now have 20% increased grenade damage, and that's per stack, meaning each stack you get, it's another 20% grenade damage increase. That's just the first half of the exotic. That's benefiting you. Now it's time to be a team player. On grenade ability usage, while death throws is active, any allies within a 20-meter range of the caster receive Field of Flame, granting them a 1000% additional base grenade recharge rate for 5 seconds. That's right guys, a 1000% additional base grenade recharge rate for 5 seconds. So you probably guessed it, this entire build revolves around having your teammates throw more grenades. I want them to throw more grenades.
Throw more grenades!
Thank you, Shax. I couldn't have said it better myself. Now that we got the exotic out of the way, let's move on over to our weapons of choice. Guys, Ager's Scepter. The Stasis Trace Rifle is going to be the weapon of choice today, our exotic of choice. This comes with 2 different perks. Number 1, it comes with Rega's Refine. Stasis Final Blows transfer ammo to this weapon's magazine from reserves. The second perk is Ager's Call. Final blows with this weapon generate a slowing burst around the defeated target. Now those are the two main perks we're going to be utilizing. Yes, I know, Ager's Scepter has a catalyst. No guys, we're not going to be utilizing it. The last thing we want is to be draining our super energy, especially in Grandmaster Nightfalls. Guys, your supers are crucial in Grandmasters. Since this is an endgame build, I did want to use some endgame weapons. Yes guys, I wanted to use an anti-barrier pulse rifle, so I decided to use the Insidious, but you can use any pulse rifle you want. The reason I went with Insidious is because mine comes with Demolitionist. Every time I get a kill, this will give me a little bit of grenade energy. Also, it is an arc weapon, and the Grandmaster Nightfall had arc burn, so it was a benefit, a win-win if you ask me. Now for those crying, well, what about Unstoppable? What about Overload? Well, if you head over to the artifact, you have two different mods that are going to benefit us. Number one, guys, we have Low Entropy Superconductor. This is going to give us Unstoppable just by utilizing our Stasis Melee. Then we have Lord Kelvin's Basilisk. Guys, Stasis Grenades is going to give us Overload. And there you go. Whatever the Nightfall calls for, just substitute these two in. Now I'm going to be covering the mods fairly quickly. And yes guys, if I leave any mods out, don't worry, you can find the dim link down below in the description. The main mod of this entire build is Firepower. While charged with light, regain a portion of your grenade energy when you use your grenade, consuming one stack of Charge of Light. Yes, this mod does stack with itself, meaning you can use multiple copies. And for today's build, we're using 3 different copies. Each one of these copies is going to give us 15% grenade ability energy. Essentially meaning when we're charged with light and we toss our grenade, we're going to be getting 45% grenade energy back. Next over, we want to utilize a Stasis Gauntlet for 2 reasons. Number 1, we want to use the mod Elemental Shards. Stasis Shards count as Stasis Elemental Wells for you. And next over, we want to utilize Grenade Kickstart. 1 second after utilizing your grenade ability, and only if your grenade ability is below 5%, you gain 15% grenade ability energy. This mod is more of a catch-all. Just in case you're not charged with light and you do throw your grenade, you'll at least be getting 15% grenade energy back. Now our last 2 main mods of the build is going to be Elemental Charge. Become charged with light by picking up an Elemental Well. Well guys, since our Stasis Shards count as Elemental Wells, this is going to make us charged with light times 2. Next over, we want to utilize 2 bomber mods, and for a specific reason. When we utilize our class ability, since we have 2 bomber mods, this is going to give us 30% recharge rate to our grenade ability. And if you're wondering, yes, it does stack with the Firepower mod. For the rest of the mods in the build, you can copy what I have on the dim link below or fill it with whatever your heart's content. Personally, I would aim for a tier 8 discipline. This gives you a minute 16 cooldown on your grenade. This doesn't even count the mods we're utilizing for our faster cooldown on our grenade. Aside from that, you might want to focus on more recovery and resilience, especially for PvE. Resilience is massive. Now this one has a fairly simple gameplay loop. When you get kills with Ager's Scepter, you're going to freeze targets nearby. When you kill those targets, those are going to leave Stasis Shards. By picking up those Stasis Shards, you're going to gain a little bit of overshield since you're activating Whisper of Rhyme. At the same time, you'll become charged with light times 2. Since you did get a kill with Ager's Scepter, this is going to activate Death Throws times 1. Since you are charged with light, when you throw your grenade, you'll immediately get 45% grenade energy back. At the same time, your nearby teammates are going to get a 1000% grenade regeneration bonus.
Throw more grenades!
Yes, thank you again, Shax. Keep in mind that when you do pick up these Stasis Shards, they are considered Stasis Elemental Wells. Now, this is going to charge the lowest ability you have, if that be your grenade, your rift, or your melee. If you're still waiting for your grenade to fully charge, by activating your class ability, your healing rift, this is going to grant you a 30% grenade energy bonus. Now, if you plan on jumping into the Grandmaster Nightfall, I would highly recommend you freeze as many champions as possible for 2 reasons. Number 1, this is going to delay their regeneration effect, meaning they won't be able to fully regenerate their health, which is huge. Second of all, whoever is utilizing Lucent Finisher now has ample time to run up to the champion and finish them. One thing to consider is you do not need to have Death Throws times 5 active to throw your grenade. This is the best part about Verity's Brow. If you have Death Throws times 1 and you toss your grenade, your teammates will get that 1000% grenade regeneration bonus. Now, if you are getting multiple kills with Ager's Scepter, this is going to activate Harmonic Siphon, dropping you orbs on the ground. By picking those orbs up, this is gonna activate Innervation, reducing the cooldown of your grenade with each orb you pick up. And there you have it, guys. One of the best builds I've used for almost any activity in Destiny 2, mainly Grandmaster Nightfalls. It was a lot of fun just throwing grenades and seeing my teammates just toss grenade after grenade after grenade. We turned a Grandmaster Nightfall into a game of mayhem. I felt like Lord Shaxx out there.
Throw more grenades!
Yes, thank you again, Lord Shaxx. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and drop a like. This really helps the YouTube algorithm. On that note, if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm BRAVExHERO, and I cover everything Destiny 2 related, from PvE to PvP. If you enjoy the content, click that subscribe button. Thank you so much for stopping by. You enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.